Alright, here's the latest trunk update. Just a couple of days ago, I made a video anyway, showing about cutting the plastic side pieces to accommodate that. So, probably cut it a little premature. Oh well, that's part of my test and evaluation, I guess you could say. Anyway, it's not a very straightforward process. I looked at several different ways of accommodating and fixing it. So anyway, there's the trunk, and there's my new rack, or modified rack. Had a guy weld some rebar in there, and it's stout. Basically, this cost me a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey to have accomplished as far as the fabrication. The plastic pieces, I don't think they're going to fit where I cut them, where they mount up to the trunk. Anyway, this is just kind of a quick update. There's some more of the plastic pieces I cut. Anyway, one of the things I have that I'm experimenting with or trying out is I took all of the chrome pieces off here, and I'm gonna see how that looks. I mean, I know a lot of people's all about chrome. I'm not necessarily a fan of chrome because it's just something else to keep clean, and it gets scratched and rust, and I know that's plastic chrome in a lot of places, like the headlight or tail light housing. These, but like I say, I'm not a huge fan of chrome anyway. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 17. I'm 57, so you do the math. So I'm more of a practical kind of rider. I look at functionality necessarily over just form. I know there's a lot of people that like to customize and hot rod and all that stuff, and that's their choice. I'm not much of a hot rodder. I did the ECU from Ibanez. Just like I say, some other stuff just to make it more rideable or friendly to me. And the trunk's a big deal because my wife rides, and it just sets up on top of us, or between us, there's not much room. So anyway, like I said, I redid the antenna. I mounted it here on this little tab. There's one on the other side right there, and I just mounted it straight through the hole and tightened it up. I'm gonna pull these cords and cables back and tuck them down in here. Anyway, that's just kind of an update. I'm gonna put the trunk on here in a minute and see how it all looks. Thanks for watching. So here's the trunk rack, the new one mounted. And like I said, I looked at a couple of different things on how to weld it up. There's no easy fix. I'll just say that to you, without welding and doing some cutting. If you're looking for the trunk mount reload from Kawasaki that Harley has, will not work, because the problem for this bike is these chrome pieces that fit down along the bottom and your trunk light. All of that, I looked at it pretty hard, and I didn't see how you can make it work with this piece because of this being solid bolted. So that's your issue, because the Harley trunk doesn't mount like this. It doesn't have this piece on it or on either side. It basically mounts within inside the frame walls. And if you had that, then yeah. And if you wanted to do away with this, you could rig up something where you did mount the 4 bolts that go through the trunk here and on the other side. And you probably could make the Kawasaki work. But either way, more expense, more fabrication. I just, and you're gonna have to lose the chrome pieces on the side, because I just don't see that being able to work. But like I said, this is just my first attempt. Who knows, I may try something later in the future. You never know. But basically what I did is I cut these brackets here and here, inserted a piece of 3-inch rebar both sides, had it welded up, welded this back, spray painted it, mounted it up, and here we go. So these dimensions are the same. This didn't change. So anyway, now I'm gonna put the trunk on. We'll see how that looks. Alrighty, there it is. Trunk relocated 3 inches back. You can see the little gap in there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a little filler cushion or something to go in there. I don't. But yeah, for right now, I'm not gonna put the little plastic cover back on because when this moved back, or the trunk moved back, as I showed in other videos, and I trimmed this plastic piece. It may have been a little too premature or whatever. You probably could trim it right here if you choose to do the same thing. You know, like trim it across there, something, I don't know. I'm gonna see if maybe I find some used ones. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of like the way it looks, but that's just me. Now, I didn't hang out my regular seat back on because I was gonna do a little sidebar. That I actually trimmed this terrible plastic piece that Kawasaki chose to put up here as, I don't know, some decorative piece to go around the gas cap, I guess. I don't know. I ain't real a big fan of it because I guess that's convex. Anyway, I bought this leather tank bib, and I put a music player right here. Bam. I just Velcro it there, or I put my phone, whichever. And yeah, it's coming loose, I know, because I've taken this off to kind of pat it down where it had some kinks in it, and it's come loose. So I'm gonna redo that. But anyway, yeah, I trimmed off that bottom plastic piece, so this all fits flat now, and like it much better. I debated doing away with this whole thing. I just do not care for it. I think it's cheap. So anyway, like I say, that's that piece. Oh, drink holder thing I got. Yeah. So far, I hadn't took it for a test drive or anything like that, but there you go. Like I said, I redid my antenna, so I know that people, you took it from there, but I don't like it there. I thought it was a terrible design where it was at. But that's just me. Because if you do decide, there's another guy, had a Voyager. He did a quick detach for his trunk, and you have to lose your antenna functionality. So I wasn't in favor of doing that, so I relocated it. Anyway, there it is, folks. Trunk relocation done. Like I said, it cost me a bottle of whiskey and some elbow grease. Any comments, positive, negative, feel free. Like I said, I did this for me. This was my idea based on what I found when I took the trunk and all off, of what was most easily accomplished. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody who's kind of in the same predicament, that you want more space between your passenger and yourself. This gives a little extra. Now, I did get the tall backrest, so that may kind of fill up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait till my wife rides and gives me her impression. Anyway, thanks. Take care.